Welcome back again to part 3 of 6 in this Midwich TV special miniseries. In the last video, we took a look at the 1987 TV special, Prehistoric World. For this episode, we will be looking into the wondrous world of weird animals. Made in 1993 by Midwich Entertainment, starring Gary Owens and Eric Boardman.
And when it comes to weird, I'm your man.
We touched on the history of all three in the first part of this mini-series. If you saw either of those videos, or if you're here now, thank you so much. I'm so glad to have you here. Without further ado, let's explore the wondrous world of weird animals. We start the special in this dino park. These animatronics shown are made by Dynamation International. It's good to see that they improved on their craft in the 8 years since Dinosaurs. Here, we go through the history of dinosaurs and prehistoric mammals for a moment. And even though the dinosaurs and most of the prehistoric mammals are gone, Eric tells us not to worry because
there's a lot of fascinating creatures on the planet right now.
In this superbly edited section, Gary Owens tells us a few stipulations of the show.
We're going to narrow things down a little and eliminate all fish and most aquatic animals and all insects.
We get the title card with these 3-tile animal animations that honestly give me a headache after having looked at them in detail. Our first real scene/shot of the special is of Eric and Claire the Cuscus. Cuscus are marsupials. Found in New Guinea and parts of Australia, Cuscus reside high up in the treetops in packed forest/woodland areas. Eric shows us Claire's
Prehensile tail, which means she can hook it and hang on things.
Cuscus also have opposable thumbs. Next, we take a peek at the meerkats. They mostly eat insects and arachnids, but have also been known to chow down on small snakes as well. They can dig, and they're just all around little cuties who are pretty entertaining. Now let's swing on over to the primate pen, where they show a couple of gorillas, a wakari monkey, and lemurs. At first, I didn't realize that lemurs really are primates. They just evolved differently than most other primates. I myself thought they were marsupials. We move on to the reptiles, and we get to see Baby,
A 16-foot Indian python, 180 pounds of solid muscle.
We see Eric feed this hibiscus to a Galapagos tortoise. We're then shown a blue-tongued skink and a leaf-tailed gecko, which to me is both weird and slightly adorable. The legs of this gecko are almost arachnid-like in appearance. We also get to witness a Parsons chameleon snatch a bug with its tongue. We then move to these Gerenuk, who can stand upright on their hind legs for extended durations of time, as well as a few other bovidae, such as eland, takin, oryx, and ibex. We also see bighorn, pronghorn, and a bongo. This animal on the back of a baby warthog is...
This baby Sega from Siberia.
Did Gary Owens say Sega? We're shown a red river hog as our last animal before the segue to O'Hara, the scarlet macaw, and the World of Birds segment. A ton of flamingos walk by. We're shown an ostrich. And after that, I'm not sure what these birds are exactly. If you know any of these, let me know in the comments section. Next, we're introduced to a pair of shoebill storks. Some can grow to be almost 5 feet tall with wingspans up to 8 feet. They also make this odd clacking sound, which I researched, and according to various sources, serves as a greeting or to help cool them down while sleeping. These birds are definitely living dinosaurs. Moving away from the dino birds, we switch to Eric and this kookaburra, which makes this distinct territorial sound. Then we're shown a black-legged Seriama.
Wait till you see what Sluggo does to this rubber alligator.
birds do this to stun, kill, and tenderize their prey. Gary tells us that giant diatrema were ancestors of Seriama such as this one. We're shown a family of emus before we get to witness the largest flying bird, the Andean condor, grace us with this descending swoop.
Wow.
We then talk about the California condor and the efforts to save this creature from extinction.
Condors only lay one egg at a time, so it was certain to be a very long process.
At least at this facility, the newborn chick is first carefully helped out of the eggshell and then is placed in an incubator to be taken care of. Even though the California condor remains critically endangered due to efforts such as these in the video, the California condor population has risen from around 27 in the late 1980s to, according to the National Park Service, to 518 as recently as 2019, a good percentage of which are actually located in the wild. It's even possible that one of you watching have seen this bird in real life. After the condor segment, we meet Lena at the San Diego Zoo and an albino koala. Lena also gives us a great koala/Maria Bamford impression. Gary Owens and a different zookeeper showcase a two-headed gopher snake. In the next scene, Gary Owens is at the Santa Barbara Zoo to show us the largest rodent on Earth, the capybara. Capybaras can grow to weigh up to 150 pounds, but the largest ever recorded weighed a whopping 201 pounds. They are also semi-aquatic, similar to hippopotamuses and platypuses, and can hold their breath underwater for around 5 minutes while evading predators. We're also shown a giant anteater. The scientific name for an anteater is vermilingua, which is Latin for worm tongue. Similar to a chameleon tongue, an anteater tongue is covered with sticky saliva to help the animal collect and consume ants and termites. Giant anteaters also have 4-inch long claws that they use to dig into ant and termite mounds. When the claws aren't in use and the anteater is mobile, they walk on their knuckles to reduce the wear and tear on their claws. Switch scenes over to Eric at the London Zoo, where he's there to show us an okapi, which is actually a relative of the giraffe, despite looking somewhat like a zebra. Eric tells us that
There may be only 1,000 of them left in the wild.
from what I've researched, this animal is still considered endangered. And according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, the main threats to the okapi are illegal hunting, loss of forest, and humans encroaching on the okapi's land. Hopefully, this unique species is able to continue living on our planet for many more years. Next, Eric takes us to the Moonlight World exhibit at the London Zoo. Here, we're shown a fruit bat, a fennec fox, which is actually a member of the dog family. We also get to see 2 spring hares. We then get to see an echidna, which, even though it eats ants and termites, is not a relative of the anteater. Most anteaters, along with the giant anteater, belong to a family called Myrmecophagidae. Echidnas are actually monotremes.
That's right. Monotremes are egg-laying mammals. They have a lot of structures that are similar to reptiles in that they do lay eggs, but they are also mammals since they have hair.
Echidnas have sort of a half pouch where the egg can reside for some time until
it starts to grow spines, and then they deposit their young in the earth area and come back to nurse every couple of days.
Before Gary Owens is able to perform the show send-off, Eric rushes in an attempt to one-up Gary as to prove who showed the weirdest animals. Eric unveils, actually just watched.
I've never seen anything like this. What is it?
This, Gary, is a Tyram turtle.
This Tyrem Tortlefant was made by
It's the Kyoto brothers.
and Gary Owens tells us
There are so many animals we didn't have time for.
that we didn't have time for. We just spent 3 minutes of a half-hour special talking about this shit, when we could have been talking about this or this. What this production did get right, however, was the closing sentiment.
We should all hope that the efforts of those who are trying to save endangered animals from extinction will be successful.
And that there will be a place for all of Earth's creatures in our world for the generations to come.
And that, my friends, was the wondrous world of weird animals. This special was more of an animal slideshow than an in-depth look at any of these animals. Regardless of the quality of the source material, animals like these really are fascinating creatures in their own right, and I think it's a privilege to share the planet alongside such magnificent beings. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. I'll see you in the next video.